Another example. People don't know what to do next. A lot of people don't want to go get tested for AIDS or any other disease because they don't know what's next. Well, if they find out they have AIDS, then what? Who do they tell? Are they embarrassed? Are they going to die immediately? They hear a lot of people die from depression. They don't want to get depressed. What's next? Think about this. Most people don't make decisions unless they know what's next, unless they're sure of the answer. You only make decisions when you're sure what's next. You buy a car, you know you can drive it around the neighborhood, you know where you're going to use it. You buy a house, you know you're going to live in it. You only buy stuff you know. You only make a decision when you know what happens after that decision is made. But a lot of times people don't do that when it comes to matters of the heart. When it comes to matters of the heart, people most often, they're not sure the person cares. They just have all these symptoms that they care, but they're not sure. Again, they have symptoms that they care, but they're not sure they care. And so you look at it. Why are you making decisions in the matters of the heart and you're not sure? You got to be sure that you're sure that you're sure, and that they have to be sure that you're sure that you want to move forward. But a lot of times people go through these issues. All right, next point. And I'm going to bring all this home to make sure we all are on the same page. Think about it like this. If you're going through this whole notion where you're like, pain, sorrow, misery, and all these different things that may have hurt you, I say it better like this. If you get into a situation early on in life, you kind of forget it. When's the last time you spilled some milk? Can you remember that? I guess that's the best way to start off. When's the last time you dropped the ice cream cone? When's the last time someone spilled coffee? When's the last time you bumped your toe? When's the last time a lot of these things that normally as a child have a profound effect on you? You're like, oh man, I stomped my toe for the rest of the day. You're like, my toe, I hurt. Oh my goodness, I hate that board. And you're angry and you're mad for the whole day. Can't believe this has happened as a 5, 7, 10, 11-year-old. But as you get older, you stumble your toe. You're like, you don't even say ow anymore. Do you realize that? You don't even say ow anymore. You're like, oh. You may say ow, but it's not really a pain associated with it. You're like, ow, just because you normally used to saying ow, but it doesn't hurt anymore. So then you question yourself, did it really hurt back then? And what I'm getting at is, if every emotion has an action prior to that emotion being felt, then is it also possible that everything is the same as far as emotion? You should be able to get over everything. Get over it and move on. If you've got into a relationship and the person's hurt you, what's next? You get back on the horse and try again. When you say, well, what about all the pain and all this investment I didn't put into it? Unless you've been in only one relationship in your entire life, you've invested in everybody. What's the difference now? Well, I thought this person, they said that they were the one and we were going to get married, and they said this and they said that and they said this and they said that. How many people have said that to you actually? How many people have actually, why aren't you married now? From all the people that said they wanted to be with you, why aren't you married now? Why aren't you with that person now? What is their last name? So, again, I'm looking at the whole aspect that you can get on the horse again. You can move forward in a relationship. You can move forward in your life. And I say this because a lot of times people say they move forward, but they can't. If you can remember the day somebody hurt you to the T in every part of the event, you haven't moved on. If you can remember the pain when your dad left your mom, if you can remember you haven't gotten over it. You're secretly reliving it in the back of your mind. That's why you can say it as if it happened yesterday or just a few moments ago, because you're secretly reliving it over and over again. So search yourself, and what are you really holding on to? Your milestones, and hopefully you've seen this graph where early in life you held on to stuff, say up to here, and as you went on in life, you stopped holding on to stuff, but then you started to hold on to people and then stuff you put into people. But at the end of the day, you're not, the reason you can't move on is because you don't see what's next. You don't see that you've done this before, you've been hurt before, you've been cheated on before, you've been disappointed before, but you got up again. And a lot of people say, well, it takes time. It doesn't take time. It doesn't take time. Every day is the same day. How can you move forward in your life emotionally if you're still holding on to specific events that changed how you felt about people and about yourself? So then whenever that event happened, you can logically say you're emotionally stuck at that age. That event happened in your life. If you don't let it go, you're going to forever be that emotional age. Mentally, it's a different story. Emotional age. And you're going to handle situations with that event dictating how you're going to handle the rest of your life. So become free. Let loose. Let go. Emotionally grow.